Okay, I am live. Father Miller here. Welcome back to the Nerd Father. Figured I wanted to do a little short stream tonight. Father Sinatra's not able to make it. And anyway, yeah, it's Sunday night. I figured, I'm into the routine now doing Sunday night streams. So, but there's a lot going on right now. If you're on Facebook or if you're on Twitter, Amazon is really hyping up the Lord of the Rings Ring of Power thing that's coming out in about a month or two, and I gotta say, it really does not look good. Anyway, but also in the church right now, Pope Francis is getting ready to visit Canada this week. A lot of people were saying that there was rumors that he might be retiring in August. I don't really see that happening. So this is Pope Francis coming. This is from the Vatican News. Basically, the Pope is getting ready to make a penitential pilgrimage to Canada for healing and reconciliation. So the way I understand it is in the last year, a lot of revelations have been made, I guess, about horrible things that happened to Indigenous people in Canada, and the Pope is going to apologize. So, as the Pope says, next Sunday, God willing, I will leave for Canada. I wish now to address all the people of that country. It's going to take place from the 24th to the 30th, and we'll visit the cities of Edmonton, Quebec, and I can't even pronounce that last one there. So, dear brothers and sisters of Canada, as you know, I will come among you, especially in the name of Jesus, to meet and embrace the Indigenous people. And he went on to explain, unfortunately, in Canada, many Christians, including some members of religious institutes, have contributed to the policies of cultural assimilation that in the past have severely harmed Indigenous communities in varied ways. Okay. But yeah, so I really don't know what his whole schedule is going to be yet. But, again, just to really pray for the Pope right now. This can't be easy. I know one of the things that John Paul II did a lot during his papacy, and it's hard to believe it's almost been 20 years since John Paul died. But John Paul made apologies for a lot of the stuff, a lot of the abuses that the church had committed over the centuries. So, anyway, let's see. Justin is here. Let me know if you want to pop on, Justin. I'll send you the link. Chris Smith, good to see you. So I'm still on a somewhat lukewarm, slow laptop as I'm waiting for my computer to get fixed by Best Buy. But you know what? It's fine. Chris P is here. Good to see you. Let me remove this thing. So I have not seen Lady Gravemaster's reaction to the trailer yet. I know that talking with Lady Gravemaster, I know how bad that can be. Justin, I am sending you the link. Let me do that real quick. But yeah, the Lord of the Rings looks horrible. And I saw the trailer this week. It just does not look interesting at all. There's nothing in there. Hold on. While I'm trying to get that up, I will just say it's going to be a fun week. I'm going home for a few days. The first trip back to see the parents since early April when I just came off sabbatical. So I have to do it this week because next week, not this coming week, but next week I have some more in-school training. And then we have basically less than a month before school starts here. So, okay, let me see. Okay, there we go. So it is sent. Miss Martin is here. Good to see you. Let me know if you want to pop on too. Paulo Minion, good to see you. Chuck Dog, hope all is well. I don't know if you're going to Vegas again this year. I wish I could, but anyway. But yeah, no, as I said to Comics Division last week, I really wish I could make it to Vegas this year, but with school starting with in-service training, it's just impossible. And truth be told, Vegas was expensive last year. I was able to, I had booked the trip originally for December 2020, I think it was, when the original meetup was supposed to happen. And I actually was pretty excited because the trip was going to be cheap at the time. And then everything shut down. And yeah, so it got postponed till August last year. Oh, I will send you the link too. Let me do that. So, yeah, like I said, my laptop is running a little slow. It has about 4 gig of memory. It's not very powerful. And Kitty is here. You might actually hear her in the background. Oh, Bosco. Oh, good to see. Good to see that you will be there. Yeah. Bosco says hi. You can hear her. Let me see. I'm just sending the link. So I also was reading Thor: Love and Thunder is down 60% over last week, I think it is. I have no desire to see it. If you were with us last week, Comics Division spoiled it, and I didn't really care. I am having a little trouble bringing up Twitter, and you can hear Bosco. Oh, wait, there we go. Let's see. Okay, so I know this coming week, because I'm going to be traveling, I might not be able to do my stream with the Rabbi. I don't know if I'm going to do Friday afternoon stretch yet. And let's see, we got Justin here. Good to see you.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Looking forward to seeing you. You said you're coming home.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to be home. I'm trying to figure out how I'll get to the Quad Cities. Because I get in on Tuesday, and then I got to be back by Friday because Weird Al is coming to town.
I have a friend who has seen Weird Al, I believe, 7 times in concert.
This will be my first.
Am I coming over loud?
Not too bad.
Okay.
So, yeah. So what's new down there?
Well, it's funny. I was paying attention when we talked about the Lord of the Rings trailer, and everybody's kind of on that subject right now. And I am from a unique perspective because I have 4 children, and my 4 children are 20, 18, 18, and 16. And a couple of them are super nerds like their dad. And, you know, I'm of that opinion, like, oh, it's going to be this, and we can see what they're doing here. And my kids are like, it looks good. And I'm like, oh, you don't get it, you know? And I'm like, as a father, do I take the time to break it down and make them understand? Or do I say, you know what, if you can enjoy this, maybe I just let them enjoy it? That's my crossroads. You know, what do I do?
I thankfully don't have that problem.
Yeah.
But they've seen the original.
Well, yeah, my daughter, you know, she grew up with them because she was born in 2002. And when was the first Lord of the Rings movie? Shortly after that, I believe, wasn't it?
It was around 2002.
Yeah. So she grew up. I mean, yeah, all that good stuff. Everything from 2000 till everything from 2000 until today. She got to grow up with that whole new generation of incredible sci-fi, fantasy, superhero stuff. You know, right before about 5 years ago when it all went to HE double hockey sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's like, I want to see this show because she loves Orlando Bloom. She was in love with Legolas growing up.
He won't be in this one.
I know she knows that. She understands the thing, but I was like, you know, and it's funny. It brings up a philosophical debate within myself that I constantly come back to is, do I hate these things because of what we know they are? Or do I hate, now hate's a strong word. Do I dislike these things? Or do I dislike these things because I surround myself with opinions that point out all the negative stuff? And we know that negative sells. Negative makes you watch videos. Everybody likes to hear the critic. And that's true no matter what we're talking about. You could criticize anything, and people would rather hear that than a positive story, which is kind of sad.
For me, I think it's because of what they're doing to it. Because you had articles come out, not from people, you know, our community, but basically saying that they're looking for intimacy coordinators. They're talking about diversity and all that garbage. So I'm not interested.
Plus, yeah, it's more of the same.
It's not based. It's based on Tolkien. It doesn't mean it's from Tolkien.
No, they're just using his universe to tell their stories. And that's what we've seen with basically, I mean, even the Halo franchise, they basically came out and said, we bought the IP, either did I. In fact, it's funny, when I was at FanCon last weekend and I met the original Master Chief and I had him sign my helmet, I was talking to Uber Halo fans in line, because I'm not Uber Halo fan, but I really enjoyed playing the first 3 games. And when I brought up, they were all talking about how much they love Halo. When I brought up the Paramount show, they could have all just started, you know, just spit in the corner. They were all annoyed. They all hated it. And, you know, Paramount said that they're using that IP to tell the stories that they want to tell and push the narratives that they want to push. And now I've also got someone in my house that was annoyed when I scoffed at the fact that one of their friends wanted to be, you know, was referred to as a they, them. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, and I'm close enough to it now where my natural reaction is to, because I'm a cynic, I'm sarcastic, I have to handle everything with comedy because I'm insecure. So I'm immediately making fun of this and it's pissing my family off. Sorry. It's making some of my family members mad. I'm like, I can't help it. This is how I grew up. We made fun of stupid stuff. And
it's not normal.
It's not. In fact, I got a letter, you know, I sent that post to you about that, that comic book that's going to benefit Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, I saw that.
And in the email, and there was another comic book coming out that deals with the writers had written the book before the Roe v. Wade overturn, and it dealt with abortion. And they had sent a letter out to all the comic book stores to let them know, listen, there's a book coming out. It's kind of sensitive. You may want to warn your buyers, let them know what the subject is, because it may hurt somebody's feelings, offend them. But in the email, they wrote about the writer and the artist, and after their name, they had parentheses, they, them, parentheses, he, she, her. And I'm like, this is a corporate business email from one business to the next. And it's just like, and yeah, it's one-sided. It's a one-sided industry, you know, and I get my comics that I like. I read the comic characters that I like. And, you know, I sit at my table and I put my light on and I read my books, and it's just, I'm looking for hope and I'm looking for something good. And there's not a lot out there. And as a guy who sells comics as a job, it's hard to deal with that.
I'll tell you, the Ice Cream Man comic, I think it was last Christmas, did have an abortion story as their main line, and at the end of it was basically, please donate to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought they disappeared after people found out they were doing all this stuff they weren't supposed to be doing with tax dollars.
No.
Now they're back.
Won't disappear. But no, I sent that to John Trent from Bounding into Comics after I read that one. So
yeah, I don't know. If you want, if I start seeing more stuff like that, I'll just forward it to your email and you can take a look at it and send it off to whoever you want.
Yeah, I know. And you got John Trent's Twitter, or I don't know if you do or not.
I don't think
You're not on Twitter.
I don't participate in the social Twitter like everybody else does. I mean, we all talk about how bad it is. I don't go there. I tried it one day and I couldn't navigate the darn thing. I was like, well, are these new? Are these old? What are these? You know, I'm looking for I'm still on Facebook. It's what us old people use to talk to each other nowadays. So.
Yeah, no, Twitter is fun. It's a little bit easier. You can hide, be a little bit more anonymous than on Facebook. So, I mean, it's easier to stoke
Yeah,
the
I
fires
tend
a
to lose
little
friends
bit.
on social media. It's kind of a fun game I have. Like when COVID first hit, there was this mantra going around that said, "If we could just save one life, if we could save
Yes.
one life." And I said to my friend who was preaching this, I said, "Really? Well, how about we cut out abortion? That's a million lives right there." And she all caps, she's like, "Really, Justin?" It's like it's an honest
Really.
opinion.
That reminds me, I think Salty Cracker goes live tonight. I don't know if you've followed him or not.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's an interesting one. He was on Friday Night Tights 2 weeks ago, I think it was, or 3 weeks ago when Alex Jones was on.
Oh, okay, maybe I
But
did see him.
his commentary I cannot play on here because it's definitely not family friendly. So
Not everybody is. The best movies
yeah.
aren't.
So
Predator.
no, I gotta say, so I am working my way through the Terminal List right now, the book.
Oh, I binged that series. My gosh, was that a good?
You see how
Good.
far I'm into it.
Have you got to the
So
part where he confronts?
don't say anything yet. No, don't say
No
anything.
spoilers. Just the.
I don't want to know who he confronts. Don't say anything.
What's a
I'm
random
only-
hitman?
Nope, I haven't
Okay.
heard anything yet. So,
Well, I had a
spoil,
friend in
don't.
the Air Force, my Air Force intelligence buddy, who I game with on the regular. I said, "Man, you have got to watch this show. Go!" And I kept bugging him. Finally, he got to like episode 4 in the series, and he rings me up. He goes, "Dude." And he talked about this part that I'm not going to talk about. And I was like, yeah, that was brutal. Even for Chris Pratt, that was rated R.
See,
you know?
I gotta say, so is the series just on the first book? Because there's like 5 books of it so far.
I don't know. I like, I don't read because I can't make it through novels except the Dresden Files, which I've bought every single one of those audiobooks and highly recommend. Terminal List, I'm just going to wait for the show to come out because the first season was so good. Well, the way they end the season, I wouldn't think that there's a future.
Anything. Don't say anything.
It's kind of a cool show, though.
So, no, I basically have read about 100 pages in the last day and a half.
Well, I'd
So
assume if it was a novel, I would assume that the first season encompasses the first novel because it feels like it's a novel, that series. I mean, it's only 6 episodes, so it can't do more than one book, I would assume.
I'm not looking into book 2 or 3 until I finish the first one because I don't want to know how it ends until I get there.
Yeah.
But I will say that I'm finding the first book really easy. It's one of those that, for me, it clicks real fast. I'm hooked on it. And I probably will be up late tonight reading.
Well, like I said, I think the story's really good. I think it goes places that people don't expect it to go. And as far as the show is concerned, I think Chris Pratt does an amazing job. He's a good character actor. He does a good job. A lot of them are very similar, but when he wants to be serious, which is what this character is throughout the entire show, he's serious.
I gotta say, James Marsters, wasn't he? What's his name in Angel?
He was in Buffy, I believe. He
was
one
Buffy. The vampire. Spike. He is Spike.
Yes, he was Spike. And I got to say, I agree completely with Chrisanne.
And Brainiac, too.
I haven't spent time doing audiobooks in a very long time. I think the last audiobook I bought was a Star Wars story back in like 2001 because I just didn't take the time to do it. But my friend, same guy, my friend Mark, was just pushing me into this series. And I am currently on book like 10 for the second time. I just finished Changes, which is probably the most impactful book in the series. That book still makes me cry at the towards the end. Anybody who's read it knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I mean, if like I heard that James Marsters didn't narrate one of the books, like it was Jim Butcher did it or somebody else went and did it, and then like all of the fans screamed and cried about it, and they got James Marsters to come in and record the book. And I'll tell you what, if something ever happens to him, the feeling of those stories won't be the same. But I think he's got like 4 more books in him. I think he's coming up to an apocalyptic event that's going to like shake the rafters when it happens. So looking forward to that.
Looking for the book I was going to recommend.
Stormfront is the first book for those who want to start the series. I found it for free on YouTube, and then I bought it once I read it because I was like, or listened to it because I was like, that was really good, and he deserves my money.
Okay, here we go. So on Friday I did my stream, and you saw part of it with the rabbi.
Yep.
I was telling him
drinking?
about the Avengers. No.
He seems very relaxed.
That's the way he always is.
Oh, good.
The way he is.
I was in my store
but
and I go,
no,
wow.
The Adventures of Tom Stranger, Interdimensional Insurance Agent. Hopefully, I won't get struck for this, but it's a trailer, so I mean, it's
No, he shouldn't get struck for a trailer.
yeah.
Free advertisements, free advertisement.
Playing. But it's read by Adam Baldwin.
No. Oh, is Adam? Is he the brother nobody really knows about? Was he the one that was in Vampires?
No.
From Audible Studios comes a new audiobook that's too explosive, too outrageous.
It's playing on my TV. I don't know if it's working on that.
I heard it, but it was like two things going at the same time.
Okay, here we go. We're trying again.
Mind-bending bad for just one universe.
See, that's the problem with my laptop right now. Hopefully it's this week that I get it back, because I'm really missing it.
Oh, he's the Baldwin who's not a Baldwin brother. Thank you very much.
Right.
County Man. Yeah, loved him in Firefly.
He was good in Firefly and Chuck.
Yeah. And Firefly was that weird show that should have got a second season and a third.
Well,
the movie wasn't bad.
Disney is rebooting it.
Oh, then it's going to suck.
Has this ever happened to you? I'm Tom Stranger of Stranger and Stranger Interdimensional Insurance. Did you know that more than 1 million paradoxical Hawking rifts occur every day across the multiverse? No one thinks they need interdimensional insurance until it is too late. Don't let this happen to you. But because Mr. Lawson here had Stranger and Stranger post-apocalyptic barbarian insurance, he was fully covered. Think of us as homeowners insurance, but for your dimension. Because here at Stranger and Stranger, we care. And we'll even provide a free rate quote from us and each of our competitors. I'm tired of you always making me look bad. And with you out of the way this year, I'm finally going to be ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
New York Times best-selling author Larry Correia presents The Adventures of Tom Stranger, Interdimensional Insurance Agent, performed by Adam Baldwin. Hear it now, only from Audible. No interdimensional listen.
Yeah, so I mean, it was fun. The reason I was mentioning it is, as I was telling the rabbi, a scene where the bad guy is torturing Tom Stranger by showing him the view, and he responds by basically saying, "Joy Behar is banned by the Geneva Convention."
Oh my God, his response.
So, Gomer Kyle, he is not related to the Baldwins.
Yes, he's not. He's the Baldwin who is not a Baldwin member of the family.
Yeah. So
I liked him in Independence Day. I liked him in everything he's done. I think he's a good actor.
I know.
There you go.
I think, what was it? Was he in anything before Firefly?
He's been in a little bit of everything. I think Firefly was his big. I am Sans phone. My phone's missing. Where are you, phone? My research development tool is missing. There it is, right in front of me. Literally right in front of me. I think he had a lot of smaller roles because the first time I remember seeing him was in Independence Day, actually.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It's Adam Baldwin, right? There
what,
it is.
The crazy one?
I don't know.
The Adam Baldwin. Yeah, it's Adam Baldwin.
Yeah. Serenity, obviously Independence Day. Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, he was Animal Mother in Full Metal Jacket. Yeah. Oh, and he was Captain Wilkins in The Patriot. Good movie. That was a good movie. I didn't notice him in it. Yeah, he was the local villager guy who turned and joined the English Dragoons, and was like when they burnt the church with all the people in it. He was the one who second guessed the commander, and then he was the one who threw the torch and burned down the church and killed everybody inside. Bad man.
Yeah, no. So I keep forgetting to look it up. I would do it right now, but with a slow computer, supposedly Disney is rebooting Firefly. What that
Well, I'll
is
tell
going to
you what,
mean,
I'm on
I
the right
don't
place
know,
to
but
see
I
it.
won't watch it.
Yep. Now, if they brought back all of the original cast, would you give it a shot?
No, because Ron Glass, who played the Shepherd, is gone.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's not much you can do about someone who passes away.
No, but he was an essential part of the original.
I don't see any listing on IMDb about Firefly. So if they're talking about rebooting it, in my experience of the last couple of years, it seems like a lot of studios and production houses and stuff, they will drop something on the internet about, hey, we're going to do this. And then they sit back and they wait to see what happens. Because if you get enough people that are like, yeah, we're totally into that, or they get a billion people like, we hate that idea, don't do it, they might not waste the time and the money. Whereas, you know, it's like they teased Krasinski as in the Strange movie. Some people think that was a tease and they weren't going to actually use him, but I guarantee you they did that specifically so they could find out real world how people felt about him in that
I
role.
actually liked him.
I like him
that.
fine. I think
That
Krasinski's
was
a great guy.
Probably one of the best parts of Doctor Strange, that movie.
Oh, it was fun. I got happy. I was like, yay. Did you by chance watch on Amazon Jack Ryan?
Yeah, he's good in it.
Yeah. He was fantastic in that. And I'm an old school, like I used to, like one of my comfort movies was always Hunt for Red October. And I've watched all the other Tom Clancy
See, and I can
that
enjoy that. I can enjoy it because it's before Baldwin went nuts.
Yeah.
Alec
Yeah,
Baldwin.
that was young, cool Baldwin.
Mean, Beetlejuice and Hunt for Red October I can follow.
Oh yeah.
Anything after like 2000 I can't.
Now, Beetlejuice is confirmed. That I can't remember whose production house is on Mark Wahlberg or something, but they're bringing Keaton back and they're bringing Winona Ryder back.
Bye,
Gomer.
Yeah.
Shazam!
Okay, so Disney did buy, according to Countryman, the rights to Firefly in 2019.
Can I sell my rights to Disney? I'd like some money. Give up my life story. Just go retire on a beach somewhere.
Again, I've said it. Animaniacs is a good example of a show that's been off the air for 20 years that came back and is not as good as the original.
But that was Warner Brothers. Did Disney reboot that?
Hulu did.
Oh, okay. So
that is kind of
stayed with Warner Brothers then.
It's kind of Disney. I mean, Steven Spielberg is still kind of behind the scenes, but
yeah. Well, there's a big movement. Like we're of that age now where everything that's coming out now is targeting a younger generation. Like I guess our parents probably weren't into the things that we thought were awesome growing up. But I got my sci-fi love from my dad. The movies he rented.
I got my humor from my dad, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up with Monty Python. It was a little bit before us, but
oh man, I got to watch all those good movies. My dad, I told the story about the video store and stuff. And we had access to basically every ridiculous, because there was only so many movies you could rent. And when you had 3 for free a day, he'd come home with what is this movie? You know, so I've seen, if you haven't seen Yellowbeard and you're a Monty Python fan, that's a must watch. Yellowbeard's one of the best.
Yellowbeard. It's a messed up one.
My boss will hear me in the morning. I'll be on the computer and I'll scroll on my mouse and I'll go scroll, stagger. If you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I'm being nuts. But yeah, every day I say the word scroll, I think of Yellowbeard. Yeah.
So
roll.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to think. I did watch the season finale of Miss Marvel, and I
gave up on the show. It was okay, but I gave up on it because it wasn't
okay.
Exciting.
It was just boring.
Yeah.
I mean, and I will spoil it. I mean, nice. I mean, Brie Larson did show up in the post credits.
I saw that. I saw the simp reaction on a Nerdrotic fan page.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was funny.
You know, I think the bigger surprise would be if she never did show up in the first season.
That'd be
that would have been a bigger surprise.
Maybe it was Blade. Blade shows up. You know, some random character nobody cares about. Wolverine would have been a good choice.
So, but yeah, no, I think it was. Let me see if I could go back to the original. I gotta take a look at Lady Gravemaster's trailer or reaction to the trailer for Lord of the Rings, because I'd be interested in seeing what she says.
Yeah, same. I think that it's funny to watch those trailer reactions and stuff that they've been throwing up on the Nerdrotic fan page, because it is really silly to watch these people. I mean, I was excited when Luke Skywalker showed up in Mandalorian, so I got the emotion there. But these people are trying too hard to look excited about something, and it's just like, come on, let's be real. If it's great, react to it. Great. If you are that emotional, for a Brie Larson appearance,
Mark Hamill has become nuts, Alec Baldwin type nuts, and it's
He needs
just
to-
I am sorry, I
away.
just can't get. He could show up again. I don't care. I think he's in. What was it? He was in the season 2 or 3 of The Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was one of the Book of Boba Fett episodes, but it was good. I mean, it was
I didn't watch it.
Oh, well, okay. So it was a scene on his planet that he's decided to build the temple that's burning down in the new trilogy. This is I believe this is the location because there's robots in the process of building the huts, and he goes there to find Grogu, and he runs into Ahsoka. Ahsoka's there. And it's a really great moment. You get to see some cool moments between Mark Hamill's Skywalker and Ahsoka as she says, like, you're so much like your father, which is like, oh God, that's a great moment. But again, it's done on purpose. Yeah, I would like to see them go back to just letting Filoni do his animated series like he was doing and leave him alone. Let him be creative. I mean, Filoni is Filoni, and people can complain about him all he wants, but he's the best we've gotten in Star Wars for years. I mean, complain about him, say he's this or that, but he still has to hold on to his job. And if he doesn't kowtow and say, oh, yes, I'm totally in agreement with everything you want to do, he won't be able to continue to produce things. So we have to take him with a little bit of grain of salt. Yeah.
Gotta say to Countryman, I did see on Facebook, I don't remember what page, but some people are pushing a Miss Marvel Spider-Man movie or show or something, which
Ms. or Captain?
Ms. Marvel.
That's a complete bad idea for Tom Holland. He should stay away from that. He's a blockbuster movie star. She's a CW TV show. There's no reason. No reason.
I've been to Jersey City.
Yep.
The only time I went to Jersey City was for a service project with the group I was working with, and I ended up brown bagging it. Just so I could say I brown bagged it in Jersey City. Because it was a dump.
I wish I would have brown bagged it at the convention I was at. The food was a little expensive.
Gee, imagine that.
Did I tell you about I tried to go across the street from the hall and get a steak because I want to get a steak and treat myself. And there was this place.
Not in downtown Chicago.
I can't remember the name of it now, but it turned out to be like a 5-star steakhouse. Like the steak, like a 14-ounce New York strip was going to be $69.99. It's like, no.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
Well, for an Iowa boy, that's kind of expensive. Well, considering our cuts are like $30 tops, and they're like 19 ounces and gorgeous.
Yeah, but for a 5-star steak, that's actually not bad.
Oh yeah. Well, we had burgers. We all had burgers, and we toasted with our water because we couldn't afford drinks. We toasted to expensive burgers, and it was the best burger I ever had. Like, it was delicious. Hi, Miss Martin.
Miss Martin.
Hello, gentlemen. Hello, father. Well, you're both gentlemen, and one's a father. Hi.
Well, give me time.
He's a father.
Both of you are fathers. Yeah, different kind of father.
Yeah,
not my father.
So I was just saying I gotta watch Lady Gravemaster's reaction to the trailer. I know Salty Texas or Salty TC, I can't remember his name, wanted to do a little interview about my view of Tolkien.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was supposed to, but it's been a while. So I was waiting. I said, no, I'm gonna go with father. You snooze, you lose.
No. I mean, was it? I didn't know. I didn't get to respond to him. Did he reach out to you too then?
Yeah, and it was supposed to. Well, maybe he's busy. But
That's
it's okay. So
I'd
rather. I mean, we're all cool. Well, I'm glad he.
It's a AAA status right there, Father. She preempted someone else's show to be on yours.
Well, no, it wasn't his show. No, he's doing interviews. I mean, I'm sure he'll get back to me, but
he'll make it into a video.
Yeah, I'm a soprano, So I was more than happy to be on here. Well, here's the deal, Father. I didn't watch the full trailer, but just the images, and I've been very, very cautious with watching the images because just like for lack of a better word, just like with porn, you know how you don't want to get images in your head? You don't want to get images of these beloved characters. I don't. Seeing them so blasphemously portrayed. I mean, just seeing the things, I saw a few things of Galadriel in Disparu's reaction, and it hurt. You know what I mean? These are sacred characters, and I'm just like, oh, it's just so ugly. They're making her ugly. I mean, ugly character. Obviously, she's a lovely actress. I don't know what the heck Elrond was doing in that trailer. But he was,
I'm going to see if I can bring it up, the Critical Drinkers review of it.
yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, it'll
didn't
make you
recognize
want
anybody.
to drink. I mean, it was just like, he was just like, Galadriel, you need to hang up your sword. And she's like, you haven't seen what I have seen. And I'm just like, can
Oh,
someone
yeah.
just shoot me?
Yeah, the heavy accents in that show turn me off too. I don't remember them having like super heavy like Irish accents and stuff in the original movie was pretty basic.
Yeah, they had like a generic kind of British thing going on.
British
English.
light.
Yeah.
English adjacent.
English adjacent. Yeah. Well, because it didn't make sense. And they let the Scottish dudes, the Scottish hobbits, have their accents. So that was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's what that is that's the difference between classically trained actors who know how to speak on camera and not classically trained actors. You see that a lot. Like you watch old Star Wars and every word is dragged out so you can hear everything there. You know, they convey everything.
Sometimes when you fuck something up, and on reflection,
Uh-oh.
it's
Hold on.
clear that it was generally just a bad idea.
Stop.
Swearing. Shame.
No,
warning there.
It's the Critical Drinker. It's the
I
Critical
don't-
Drinker. I
Yeah.
mean,
Should have known
I'm
better.
just basically, I'm just laughing because as I'm looking at this, I'm seeing Gary's video on the Lord of the Rings has 287,000 views in a day. I'm lucky to get 5 views right now.
Well, I'll boost you, Father. Actually, I do have to
Oh,
ditch you
thanks.
though now. Well, God
That's
bless
okay.
you. I'll see you. I'll see you in cyberspace.
You
Keep,
McSquishy
Okay.
face.
I was
yeah, keep me in
Sorry,
your prayers.
Elrond tells bad
Will do. Will do.
Galadriel that it's time to hang up her sword and
So-
stop being badass
But
Galadriel.
yeah, I figured we're just doing a short stream tonight, so.
Mhm.
Oh, she's gone now. Okay. So,
Oh yeah, she took off. Once you started playing over
yeah,
her.
no,
with
that's
with the
okay.
trailer.
Like I said, the problem is with my computer that I'm using right now, the little lag time. Yeah, so, but anyway, yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to do a short stream. I want to get back to reading.
You'll have to let me know how
So-
that ends so I can tell you if it's the whole show or not, then you can
Well,
go
no,
watch the show.
that's the thing. I will watch the show after that. I just was having trouble getting into the first episode, and now that I know what's going on, I can kind of get into it. So,
Very nice. Oh,
So-
I have a bit of off the wall news. I was acquired a couple things from Eagle Moss, the studio that makes like models and stuff for display, and I got my Rocinante. Yes.
nice.
Proudly displayed. I also picked up, it's out in my my TV room, but I also got the blue Tron light cycle. And then I posted on a Tron fan group that I'm on Facebook because I need friends. And they said the Eagle Moss declared bankruptcy. And I was like, oh, that's a bummer. I've got a Klingon Bird of Prey, which is still my favorite Star Trek ship.
Mhm.
I think that's the only thing I have, but they still make pretty good stuff. It's a little expensive for what it is. I think they spend too much money on the packaging, but it's nice. It's about 11 inches long.
Okay. Well, with that, I think I'm going to wrap up just because I want to get back to the book. So
Yeah.
I think
I was in the middle of The
everybody-
Boys last
That's okay.
episode, so I just
Oh,
shut it
dear.
off and said, I'll come hang out for a minute.
Okay. Well, we'll talk just briefly after this, and everybody will do it again next week. So till then,